Older games are kind of a mixed bag. Some are timeless, some I can clearly see why they didn't continue on. Can you guess which one this one turned out to be? Yes, it's Crash Bandicoot. I fired up the Insane trilogy this week because I thought, why not? It looks colorful, looks fun, it's a classic, or so I'm told. I have a lot of games in my Steam backlog that I've been meaning to play. I figured this is as good as anything. I have only the vaguest recollections of Crash Bandicoot from my childhood because I never actually played it, and neither did any of my friends. I only got to go maybe 5 minutes at a time on whatever those setups they used to have at Toys R Us, and it seemed alright, I guess. It's not much to go on, and as it turns out, maybe I shouldn't have based my expectations on that because, well, we'll get into it. Well, let's not be too negative. Of course I expected to like the game. I don't really play things expecting to hate them. That's not really what I do here. So I had every reason to believe it was going to be good, but, yeah. So it started out alright. Colorful mascot character, collect the things, gain the lives, go through the levels, basic story, sure, why not? All good stuff. But it just kind of vaguely felt dissatisfying. The game seems to really want you to collect all these boxes, and I could not be asked. I just don't really feel the urge to, it's not clear if there's any rewards, and all the game's attempts to guilt trip me at the end of every level were just falling flat, much like my Bandicoot was after getting beamed by a number of boxes. I think the issue was, even in this remastered version, the perspective and the controls are just kinda off. It's hard to gauge distances, you never jump as precisely as you mean to, and it's just kinda frustrating, man. I think what really brought my annoyance to a head was this damn bridge level in the clouds. I stuck it out, man. I got through it, but this was teeth-grindingly frustrating. Trying to do precision jumps time and again with limited lives and limited checkpoints, and I hate these turtles now. I was on my last nerve. And after a few hours, I kinda decided I had seen all I wanted to see. And this was just kinda heartbreaking, cause I had some vague dreams of reliving a childhood I never had. I didn't get to play games like this as a kid. I thought maybe this would rekindle the joy, find a little of that childlike delight that I had lost so long ago. But no, I didn't feel any of that. Frankly, I just felt bored and frustrated and ready to move on. But this is a trilogy, so instead I went and fired up the second game. The graphics are better, there's a little bit of a story, I guess we're collecting purple crystals to power the something I don't care. Wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. And I'll admit, I wasn't starting on the highest note here, already being kind of annoyed with the first game. I stuck it out, I tried my best, but I just kept finding new things to get frustrated with. What got me this time was my old nemesis from the PS1, PS2 era, the camera. Look, I can handle frustrating games. I can handle being killed by big, strong enemies or devious traps. What sends me into the earth and back up to the moon with fury every time is getting killed by the camera. And I'm not sure if that's really coming across in this footage, but this was just what got me to quit. And at this point, I was thoroughly pissed. I wanted to skip the third game altogether. But, you know, playing games is kind of what I do. I figured I ought to at least give it a fair shot. I realize maybe I'm being unduly harsh. These games are old, they weren't very optimized. Game developers figured things out eventually and made things smoother, more fun. This is just a stepping stone after all, and plus this was made for like 8-year-olds. How harsh do you want to be? So, with thoughts like that in my head, I brought myself around to fire up the third one, hoping maybe things would be different this time, but yeah. Sure, it's even prettier, the voice acting is nice, I can give it that. The character designs are strong, but it's basically just the same game all over again. And somehow I managed to find yet another of my old pet peeves that made me quit this time around, and that one was doing the same thing multiple times, but getting different outcomes without any clear indication on what exactly I did wrong. Say what you will about brutal games like Dark Souls, but at least in those instances, it's quite clear what killed you. And I want to be clear, this game isn't extraordinarily hard. With a little more patience and a little discipline, I easily could have powered through. Don't get the idea that I bounced off of this because I'm some kind of wuss that can't handle an old school gaming challenge. It just... the juice was not worth the squeeze, and the fun that I anticipated I might have, I didn't think was going to be worth the effort. So, rather than rage on, I figured I'd just put it down, collect my thoughts, and move on to the video. I know this isn't gonna land well with some people. I know there's people out there who probably love this game and have beloved memories of Crash Bandicoot from their childhood. And look, my opinion can't take that away from you. I'm happy that you're happy and that you had a good time. Please, don't let my bitter old man rhetoric take away from your joy. It just is what it is. I tried it, I wanted to like it, I bounced off it. What are you gonna do? I'm not sure what the message of this is, really, if there's a point to this video. I guess that not everything is what you expect, not every classic is going to do it for everyone, and I still think that, love it or not, it was worth taking a shot. At least now I can have an opinion on it. Hey, I hope this wasn't too negative for you. If you subscribe for more, I promise most of my videos are not like this. If you have your own thoughts and opinions on Crash Bandicoot, I'd be interested to hear them. By all means, tell me I'm wrong and dumb and I played it wrong or whatever you want to say. But anyway, I think I'm just about done with this one. I'm gonna go play something else now. Take care.